Welcome to News Leader. Joining me now is Robbie Taylor, CFO of Ascendis Health. Robbie, thank you for joining us. Now, you recently announced the acquisition of a chemicals company called ChemPure. Tell us how that fits into your business strategy.
Yes, ChemPure is an importer of raw materials and products which are used in the specialty chemicals, which is used in the food and health markets, in the pharma and cosmetic industries as well. It forms an integral part of our vertical strategy, which is to have the import and manufacturing side as well as their brands, and finally to the retail side of the human and plant and health care industry.
And at the moment you are a private company.
Correct.
But can you confirm that you will be going for JSE main board listing? I
think a lot of that depends on the success of our acquisitions in the next 6 to 9 months. We certainly have those ambitions. It was why I was employed, is to get the corporate governance of the company and the reporting structures in place to have ourselves in a position, should we require, that we can take advantage of the capital raising mechanisms that the JSE provides.
So if you do go for a listing, Robbie, when will that be?
We would hope sometime towards the middle or end of next year, if it all goes well for us.
So quite apart from the ChemPure acquisition, which you announced earlier this month, you also announced that there's quite a big pipeline.
Correct. We've done sort of, in the last 12 months, we've done about 500 million rands worth of acquisitions, and I think that the pipeline is the same amount, if not more. Some of those deals are very close to signing. Some of the deals there's still some work to be done, but we are encouraged at how much interest we have in businesses wanting to join our group and come along for the ride. Yeah.
Well, some would say that you're making all these acquisitions because you want to bulk up your business, Ascendis Health, before you list.
Yeah, you could look at it either way. I think that what we've done is we've outlined a strategy which dictates that we should have a plant and animal health leg, and we should have a human health leg. And in each of those legs we would like to have a fully integrated vertical play that can coherently extract the synergies of such businesses. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think that the health sector is quite an intriguing and interesting sector right now, and I think that it'll always be with us. I think that creating healthy people and helping people to achieve their health ambitions is going to be with us for some time. Yeah.
But Robbie, isn't this the classic private equity strategy, and you are owned by a private equity business, is that you bulk up, you list, private equity investors get out?
Well, yeah, that is commonly done. I think that you'll find that the current private equity investors, coast to coast, owned by Chris and Gary, they have quite the opposite intention. I think they want to stay in for quite some time. I'd be very surprised to see them exiting on listing. It's been certainly the discussion that we've had, that they'll remain within the business, and it's more to achieve their objectives of growing the business and accessing capital. So which is why I was uncertain as to the certainty of the listing is not a done deal. If we can achieve the objectives of raising the required capital to continue the growth of the company, it may be that we don't list. It could be that we just stay as we are.
And I guess it also, the state of the market would determine that. You don't want to do another Facebook.
Of course, no one wants to do that.
No. Wasn't that an embarrassment and a half for them? Yeah. So if you do list, do you have any projections of how much revenue you would like to list at?
We've got some good indications from our advisors. We've gone down the road a little bit with advisors. We've appointed corporate advisors, and the advice that we're getting is that you want to have a decent sized revenue in the region of sort of 2 billion rand, and that makes a healthy listing to start with. Clearly the growth aspirations will remain, but that would be about where we would want to start.
Tell me a bit more about the healthcare industry, because it is all over the counter stuff, isn't it?
Well, it's not necessarily. In our business we've got the plant and animal, which we've got 2 businesses there. Effecto is the one business, Effecto Care, and Avima is one of the more recent acquisitions we've made. Effecto Care is a business that supplies nutrition and protection products for home and gardens. It's a market leader. It's got some great brands. Wonder is one of the brands that may have been what people may know about. And on the protection side, they've got insecticides, rodenticides, herbicides, and that kind of thing. Organic, non-organic ranges of plant nutrition and things. On the Avima business, one of the new acquisitions we've done is a crop protection and public health solutions provider. They also do stored grain protections. They've got over 70 registrations of products in African countries and South Africa, been around for 52 years, and yeah, it's a great business. So there's those aspects to the plant and animal health that we already have, and we'd like to fit more into the animal side. On the human side, we've got Sportron, which is a business that provides healthcare products for most people, and it's mostly the NutriCare range, personal care, home care. It's a direct selling business, and it's
nutrients, vitamins, that kind of thing.
Yes, exactly that, and also skin products and those kind of things.
What do you think the biggest risks to your business are?
Well, it's been a strategic decision to actually try and mitigate these risks to such an extent that we are at what we've got is what we call defensible businesses. They've long-running businesses. They've been in business for more than 20 years, most of them. Sportron's it's actually 20 years old. Effecto has been going for 38 years, Avima for 52 years. These are old businesses, well established, with great brands, market leaders in most cases on their brand, and they've got strong cash flows and a good market position. We find that this is a defensible position that is less likely to face the risks of the current market downturns, and the current results that we're seeing at the moment indicate that. We do have we are under stress like everybody else in the market, but we find that it's less so probably than most.
But if you take a broader view of risk, Robbie, one would think that in your industry the threat of tighter regulation over OTC medicines is a big risk for you.
It is and it isn't. There's 2 aspects to that, because the established businesses will have, there's a registration process that's required before you can sell many of these products, and the registration process is particularly onerous, and it takes quite a long time and involves an inordinate amount of testing. When you have an established business which has gone through those processes, it makes it much harder for new entrants to come in. This is the defensibility of this sector, and we have some really good registrations in these businesses, and we find that it's going to be quite difficult, I think, to come in and be competitive against that.
And we'll leave it there. Thank you so much.
That sounded awful.
And that was Robbie Taylor, CFO of Ascendis Health.